It was just before dawn, one miserable morning in Black 44, when the forward commander was told to sit tight, when he asked that his men be withdrawn, and the generals gave thanks as the other ranks held back the enemy tanks for a while, and the Anzio bridgehead was held for the price of a few hundred ordinary lives.
I'd like to go to the show to feel the warmth, thrill of confusion that space cadet glow. Tell me, is something eluding your sunshine? Is this not what you expected to see? If you wanna find out what's behind these cold eyes, you'll just have to claw your way through this disguise. Mama loves her baby, and Daddy loves you too. And the sea may look warm to you, babe, and the sky may look blue.
snapshot in the family album. Daddy, what else did you leave for me? Daddy, what you leave behind for me? All in all, it was just a brick in the wall. All in all, it was all just bricks in the wall.
What about your mother? How's that? Lovely, lovely. All right, myself. Well, go on the monkey side. Well, that's the view. That's it. See you again. Now, off you go. Now, look, what have I told you about this? What have I told you? Go on, now. Sling your room. Go on, sling your room.
George sent mother a note when he heard that father was gone. It was, I recall, in the form of a scroll with gold leaf and all. And I found it one day in a drawer of old photographs hidden away. My eyes still grow dim to remember His Majesty signed with his own rubber stamp. It was dark all around, there was frost in the ground when the tigers broke free. And no see the frightened ones? Did you hear the falling bombs? Did you ever wonder why we had to run for shelter when the promise of a brave new world unfurled beneath the clear blue sky? Did you see the frightened ones? Did you hear the falling bombs? The flames are all long gone, but the pain lingers on. Goodbye, blue sky. Goodbye, blue sky. Goodbye. Goodbye.
They're my bullets, ain't they? I don't know. Come on, Tubbs. It's grey down in the tunnel. Don't you think it'd be dangerous, Pinky? No, don't be shy. You all right, Tubbs? Yeah, hurt me knee a bit. Come on. We're up to the game. Give me the torch. Pinky! Here comes the train! Get on the line, you bloody idiot! Here it comes! Pinky! Get off the line! Here it
When we grew up and went to school, there were certain teachers who would hurt the children any way they could. By pouring their derision upon anything we did, exposing every weakness, however carefully hidden by the kid.
What have we here, laddie? Mysterious scribblings? A secret code? No. Poems, no less. Poems, everybody! The laddie reckons himself a poet. Money gets back. I'm all right, Jack. Keep your hands off my stack. New car, caviar, 4-star daydream. Think I'll buy me a football team. Absolute rubbish, laddie. Get on with your work. Repeat after me. An acre is the area of a rectangle whose length is 1 furlong and whose width is 1 cubit.
But in the town it was well known when they got home at night. They went and sank a panic wife with passion into something alive.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control.
room. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
Lord, do it again.
All in all, you're just another brick in the wall.
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? You! Yes, you laddie!
Poems, everybody. The laddie reckons himself a poet. Again. An acre is the area of a rectangle whose length is 1 furlong and whose width is 1 cubit.
Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? Mother, do you think they'll like the song? Mother, do you think they'll try to break my balls? Ooh, mother, should I build the wall? Mother should have run for president. Mother should have trusted the government.
Mother, will they put me in the firing line?
Mother, am I really dying?
Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna make all of your nightmares come true. Mama's gonna put all of her fears into you. Mama's gonna keep you right here under her wing. She won't let you fly, but she might let you sing. Mama's gonna keep baby cozy and warm.
Remember me? I'm the one from the registry office.
Mother, do you think she's good enough? For me? Mother, do you think she's dangerous? To me?
Mother, will she tear your little boy apart?
Mother, will she break my heart?
Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna check out all your girlfriends for you. Mama won't let anyone dirty get through. Mama's gonna wait up until you get in. Mama will always find out where you've been. Mama's gonna keep baby healthy and clean. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe, you'll always be baby to me.
Mother, did it need to be so high?
Yes, I collect call for Mrs. Floyd from Mr. Floyd. Will you accept the charge? It's from United States. Well, I wonder why you hung up. Is there supposed to be someone else there besides your wife there to answer? Hello? This is United States calling. Are we reaching? Hanging up. That's the man answering. What shall we use to fill the empty spaces where waves of hunger roll? Shall we set out across this sea of faces in search of more and more applause? Shall we 1-3, Oscar Victor 1-3, did you hear that?
I'm just a newborn stranger in this town. Where are all the good times? Who's gonna show this stranger around? What do you dirty woman? Ooh, I need a dirty girl. Well, some woman in this land make me feel like a real man. Take this rock and roll refugee. Oh, baby, set me free. Ooh, I need a dirty woman. Ooh, I need a dirty girl. Ooh, I need a dirty woman. Ooh, I need a dirty girl.
Oh my God. What a fabulous world.
When are we going to get something to fly? They're sending the first batch of blanks tomorrow. Now, these are the first dropping tests at the Chesil Beach near Weymouth. Here comes the Wellington. Bud Summers is the pilot, and I'm working the release gear.
God,
Now, in a moment, you'll see the bomb.
this place is bigger than our whole apartment.
Now, that makes the 10 they promised us to get started with. Have them flown and tested tomorrow. We can begin this afternoon dividing the crews into flights. The first job will be to fly over every big lake in England and Wales and photograph them. Lakes?
You like the tube,
Lakes.
huh?
Crews are already in the briefing room. They're right to come.
Can I get a drink of water?
Hello, Mutt. This is Wing Commander Guy.
Can I get you a drink of water?
Good morning. Glad you've come. My name's Barnes Wallace. Morning, sir. Well, I'll leave you to it. See you later. Right, thanks a lot, Mutt. Would you like to put those things down? Give me that. I don't smoke, but sometimes a cigarette. Yes, sir.
Wow, look at this tub. You want to take a bath?
Well, here we are all together for the first time. You're wondering what it's all about, and I can't tell you because I don't know myself. But I do know it's a big thing. And if it does well, it'll have results that may do quite a bit to shorten this war. Discipline is going to be essential.
No.
So is security.
pretend it's alright. But I have grown older, and you have grown colder, and nothing is very much fun anymore. And I can feel one of my tunes coming home. I feel cold as a razor blade, tight as a tourniquet, dry as a funeral drum.
Come to the bedroom and the suitcase on the left, you'll find my favorite. Don't get so frightened, this is just a passing phase, one of my bad days. Would you like to watch TV or get between the sheets or contemplate the silent freeway? Would you like something to eat? Would you like to learn to cry? Would you like to see me try? Would you like to call the cops? Do you think it's that kind of a guys? Running away. Oh, babe, don't leave me now. How could you go? When you know how I need you, need you, need you, need you, need you, need you, to beat to a pulp on a Saturday night. Oh, don't leave me now.
You know how much water it takes the Germans to make a ton of steel? Not in the least.
How can you treat me this way?
Goodbye, cruel world. I'm leaving you today. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, all you people. There's nothing you can say to make me change my mind. Goodbye. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there?
Oh, hello, Gibson. I was wondering if you were here. I was watching from down there. Why didn't you come and watch with me here? You must be feeding. I guess you'd rather be alone. Yes, it is rather. It's most disappointing. I shall have to go all out on some modifications. I wonder if I could ask you to do something. Well, of course, anything I can. Well, you see, it isn't only the structure of the bomb that's the trouble. It's in the bumping of it. We must lessen the force of the impact. I asked you originally if you could fly in and drop the bomb.
Got a little black book with my poems in. Got a bag, got a toothbrush and a comb in. When I'm good dog, they sometimes throw me a bone. I got elastic bands keeping my shoes on. Got those swollen hand blues. I got 13 channels of shit on the TV to choose from. I got electric light.
It requires a
I got second sight. I got amazing powers of observation. That is how I know. When I try to get through on the telephone to
One of
you,
the thrilling things for me has been
there'll be nobody home. I got the obligatory Hendrix pen and the inevitable pinhole burns all down the front of my favorite satin shirt.
Hello, nigger, old boy. What are you doing?
I got nicotine stains on my fingers. I got a silver spoon on a chain. Got a grand piano to prop up my mortal remains.
No, nigger. No, not near, old boy.
I got wild staring eyes, and I got a strong urge to fly, but I got nowhere to fly to. Fly to, fly to, fly to, fly to, fly to, fly to, fly to. Ooh, babe, when I pick up the phone, there's still nobody home. I got a pair of Go Hills boots, and I got fading roots.
You want me, Crosby?
I'm sorry, sir. It's Nigger. He's been run over. He's dead. The car didn't even stop.
Where did it happen?
Outside the main gate. He ran across the road, sir, and the car hit him.
Where is he?
In the guard room, sir.
Does anybody here remember Vera Lynn? Remember how she said that we would meet again some sunny day? Vera, Vera, what has become of you? Does anybody else in here feel the way I do?
You can bet your boots it's going to be something big. They say it's a special squadron to kidnap Hitler. Who's that big dog by the table? That's young. Give us the second big dingy young. You always come down to see him paddles over his rubber.
Is there anybody out there? Fuck me. Hello, hello. Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home? Come on now. I hear you're feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax, relax. I'll need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts?
There is no pain, you are receding. A distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying. When I was a child, I had a fever. My hands felt just like two balloons. Now I've got that feeling once again. I can't explain, you will not understand. This is not how I am. I
that you may feel a little sick. Can you stand up? I do believe it's working good. That'll keep you going through the show. Come on, it's time to go.
There is no pain, you are receding. A distant ship, smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying. When I was a child, I caught a fleeting glimpse out of the corner of my eye. I turned to look, but it was gone. I cannot put my finger on it now. The child has grown, the dream is gone. I have become comfortably numb.
sunshine. Pink isn't well, he's back at the hotel. And they sent us along as a surrogate man. Now tonight, we're gonna find out where you guys really stand. Are there any queers in the audience tonight? Get them up against the wall! It's not on. There's one in the spotlight, he don't look right.
just to touch yourself there, to make sure in the darkness that you were still there. I have to admit, I was just a little afraid of the ones fiddling under their dirty long knives, and the ones who were pointing the guns at their backs. Stop. I wanna go home. Take off this uniform and leave the show. And I'm waiting in this because I have to know. Have I been killed? Have I been killed? Have I been killed? Have I been time? Have I been killed? Have I been killed? Have I been killed? Have I been
Good morning, worm, your honour. The crown will plainly show the prisoner who now stands before you was caught red-handed showing feelings of an almost human nature. This will not do. Call the schoolmaster! I always said it come to no good, didn't me, and your honour. If they'd let me have my way, I could have played them into shape. But my hands were tied, the bleeding hearts and artists lay him going. We must have let me hammer him today. Crazy. Poison the attic, I am crazy. Truly gone fishing. They must have taken my marbles away.
Crazy, poison the attic, he is crazy.
You little shit, you're in it. Now I hope they throw away the key. You should have talked to me more often than you did, but no! You had to go your own way. Have you broken any homes up lately? Just 5 minutes, worm, your honour. Him and me alone. Come to mother, baby, let me hold you in my arms. But I never wanted him to get in any trouble. Why'd he ever have to live in worm, your honour? Let me take him home. Crazy over the rainbow, I'm crazy. Bars in the window. There must have been a door there in the wall. When I came
Over the rainbow, he is crazy.
white mother fills me with the urge to defecate. Since, my friend, you have revealed your deepest fear, I sentence you to be exposed before your peers. Tear down the wall!
All alone or in twos, the ones who really love you walk up and down outside the wall. Some hand in hand, some gather together in bands. The bleeding hearts and the artists make their stand. And when they've given you their all, some stagger and fall after all. It's not easy banging your heart against some